All right. All right. Okay. So I wanted to do a quick video update to show the last couple of trade setups that I took that played out for me, what the thought process was in using the process, and then what we're possibly looking at following on. So without further ado, I'm gonna jump right into it. So yesterday, uh, what I was tracking was this. I was tracking this down move right here, but I was waiting for a break, a setup to the upside. So what I did was I set a buy limit order right at this level here, waiting for a price to break this level, and my target was this high right here. So the thought process was once we broke this level right here, that price would then target these two highs right here at the very least. And that's exactly what happened. So let's mark that out and show you what that looked like from number of pips perspective. Yep. So that was my target right there. So it was roughly a 20, a 29, 30 pip move. All right. So that was that one. Trade closed out, of course. So then I was watching, I was still up. So I said I'll watch and see if any other setups come. So I saw this. This was interesting to me. I saw price come back down into this, and of course I'm always looking for my time frame continuity. If there's no time frame continuity, then I don't look to get into the trade. But also I'm setting limit orders now. So my thought process is that if price breaks a certain level, that I already know, the liquidity areas that it's going to target. So what I did was just out of kind of curiosity, I saw this two down. So I set a limit order. I set a buy limit order right here, right? And my target, I was like, well, we already took out these highs, right? So we're definitely if I'm going from right here, so if price breaks this high, my thought process was that we're going to target this high. And I figure if we break this high, then we're going to target these highs here, right? So that's what I did. So I put my put a buy limit order right here at the high of this two down, right? And eventually we got triggered in. So my stop, so the question could be where was my stop loss? So I put a stop loss right at around the 50% or so mark. So right around 50%. When I don't have a good target, like at an open or close of a candle, I typically try to target 50%. I didn't want to make my stop too wide. So that's just how I play the stop losses when I really don't know, when I'm kind of blind. So I set my stop loss around roughly 50% of this candle in this area here. So the trigger was the high of this candle. So we see how this candle kind of played out. So this candle right here, this is 11 p.m. candle, right? So it opened right here, right? And then pushed up, right? And it triggered us in. It looked like it triggered us in right at the top, of this candle here. And of course, we had some pullback, but stop was good enough to where we didn't get stopped out. So we were in the move. So we were triggered into the move here, and it looks like it did its little dance or what have you. But we moved, right? Did its little dance, but we kept getting two ups, two ups, two ups, two ups, two ups, until we eventually got a three, and it just barely hit our take profit on this area right here. So let's see what that was from a pip perspective. So we got triggered in right around here, and then price pushed up, and our targets was these highs right here, right? So this was roughly a 62 pip move. Yeah, so a 62 pip move on that one. So closed out, and we were all good there. So then, um, of course, this played out, throughout the morning. Of course, news. So when news hits, it's best to just stay out not play the news at all, let the news settle, because when the news hits, all bets are off, right? You cannot, really predict which way the news is going to go. And as you can see, when news hit this morning, we went both ways. So you could have got stopped out either way, or what have you, which is why it's a good idea not to play the news, wait for the news to settle down. And that's exactly what I did. I let the news settle down and I said, look, I'll wait for the next setup or what have you. And sure enough, the next setup came, but I'll tell you, I didn't get in. I was busy at the time, but this would have been my setup. This inside bar right here, this inside candle. So this one, right? The setup would have been the high of this candle, right? And then, of course, I like to play, roughly 50% of the candle. So I would have put my stop loss right here. Again, the trigger would have been the high of this one. And then the target, of course, would have been here. So here and here, these would have been the two targets for this move, right? Well, actually, you would have had three targets. So this would have been target number one, target number two, target number three. So these would have been the targets to shoot for with this move right here. And let's see. So we would have got triggered in right here. And then, so first target would have got you 12 pips. Second target, which we're headed towards right now, is worth 55. And then you could get a possible total of like 68, 70 pips, maybe, once this completes out. So there's a really good chance we're going to hit target number 2 here for 55 pips, and then maybe even get the target 3. So at this point, so here's my thing. If I'm able to watch it, which is why I'm kind of upset that I didn't get in this move, because I'm sitting here at my computer working. So it was a good opportunity for me to get in and trail my stop instead of having a stop loss, because we don't know where it's going to, reverse or anything like that. So, it's a good idea to trail your stop, from, open to open, or whatever the case may be, however you want to do it. So I would have triggered in right here, initial stop right here. Once I got this candle, once this candle closed out at 1 o'clock, I would have then put my stop right here and let this continue to play out, and then move my stop here and then here. Once it turns around, I'm good, or what have you. But like I said, we also have, I'll take profit. I would have, put my take profit levels right here and right here for take profit. So if it would continue to move once it got to this area, I probably would have taken my take profit off. Just depends. But it's a good idea knowing. But the whole point of where I'm going with this is that, again, the entries and the targets, those are really important when it comes to trading. And what I have found in this new system that we're utilizing is that, when you have these wicks, those are pretty golden right there. And when you have a lot of open space like this right here, there's no guarantee. So it's always good to just, take your profits, when you have these wicks. These are your more than likely, price is definitely more than likely going to, take these, take out, these target areas right here. But we don't know if it's going to travel that far, to start getting these targets. But what we do know is once we do trigger, right, these highs or what have you, there's a good chance at some point we're going to, start coming to take these highs and stuff out. But like I said, when it comes to news, all bets are off. You can't really, pinpoint exactly how that's going to go at that point. So once this start making its way down, you can see we have pretty much two areas of liquidity right there, easy targets. Once price starts to come down to target, we're going to have a fair value gap right here. So we can see between here and here, this candle's created a fair value gap. So you want to look again when it comes to order blocks and fair value gaps. That's our stopping liquidity. So, if you have some targets, some wicks to target, then you definitely want to target those, but you probably want to take profit prior to, getting to a fair value gap or a supply and demand zone, kind of some rules of thumb. So again, we can see that price right now is definitely headed towards to take out this liquidity. And then again, more than likely to take out this liquidity right here. And that's just indicative of these highs right here. So we're gonna definitely look to take these highs out. and we're not sure what the price is going to do at that point. We see we're running into a demand zone right here. So price can very well reverse. We'll just see, but you can look and wait for the next setups, right? We can trade this, up and down, as long as where your entries are and where your targets are, and your potential for targets. Like even this move right here. So we say we had this two down right here. Then we had a two up. However you wanted to play this, you could have got in. If you did a entry, again, a sell entry, at the low of one of these and wait for price to break them. Once price broke, we knew we was going to target this area, and then not a lot of space. So we definitely was going to target. We was going to go from here to here to here to here. These are some pretty good targets to hit, and then eventually to here is what it ended up doing eventually. So again, I'm not going to say it's easy, but it's easy, to, get those entries and then know where those targets are. Like I said, when it comes to, all of this space right here, you really don't know. Again, but when you got these wicks or what have you, those, I consider those to be liquidity runners. This when I know, once price breaks a certain level, I can run, from liquidity, grabbing, those stop loss orders that's sitting right there, or what have you. So anyway, that is it for now. Just wanted to, give a quick update on, the trade setups that were successful over the last day or so. And then, what I'm looking at, just looking to rinse and repeat, do the same thing. And again, you can also, look to get, tight stops, because again, if price, goes the opposite direction, then, you want to get out. It's not going your way. Give yourself an opportunity to get back in when, the setup presents itself once again, or what have you. So that's what this is all about, getting in, with good intentions, good knowledge, good information. We're not getting in on a feeling or anything like that. We're looking at our time frame, continuity, all of that good stuff, pointing to, these being good trades, and then setting realistic targets and getting out when we need to get out. Take the money and then wait for the next setup. It's there every day, pretty much, almost, and if not, we're just gonna wait, be patient, right? All right. Good trading, everybody. Thank you.